before we get started, I thought I'd let you know that I'm a little under the weather as of late, which has been what's kind of holding me back from making content as frequently as I was in the past. Yeah, that's why things have been a little slow lately. I'll be picking up content more soon once I get out of this little cold I have, and we'll be able to get going. I don't have the sickness if you're worried about that. Today I'm going to be giving my final thoughts on the Lenovo Flex 5. I've had this for about a month now, and it's come time that I'm going to need to be returning it, as that's the only way I can do reviews at the moment. I don't have companies sending me anything, and I don't have a partnership with a retailer, so at this time I'm currently buying and selling laptops. I'm going to be returning this the day after this video is recorded, so everything you're seeing here is pretty much my final thoughts on the Flex 5, but that's not my final thoughts on Ryzen laptops. But first of all, let's talk about some problems I've ran into while owning this laptop. If you watched my early findings video, I'll have a tip in the corner here. You'll be aware that there's an issue on the Flex 5 and numerous other Ryzen laptops where video playback will kind of like glitch or lag or artifact or something, or like audio playback will like stutter or lag, or and that's a known issue. Basically, a lot of the laptops ship with old drivers, and when you update, most of the issues get fixed because the stock drivers often don't come with hardware accelerated drivers, which makes Chrome run slow and makes it poor at running videos. The video playback experience is better in old Edge. New Edge is basically Chrome, so you get the same downsides, but that's besides the point. So after doing the Adrenaline 2020 changes and using this lovely laptop for a little while to watch some archived Twitch streams and just YouTube and what I usually do in the evenings, I have noticed that it still does on occasion artifact, pop, lag when it's playing video back. I haven't been able to find the exact source of the issue. I don't believe it's the Wi-Fi card. It might be the Wi-Fi card. I don't have enough time to test that anymore, unfortunately. I would love to hang on to this laptop and test it further for you guys, but it's just not financially viable for me to do so right now. I mean, if you want to support me on Patreon, that's great, but I need to get rid of this so I can buy something else, like the HP Envy 13-inch you guys want to see. That's around $800, and this is $600, so I have to sell this for $600, and then I can buy the HP Envy at a little bit of a hit for myself, but I'll probably end up returning that one too. So, it just works out in the end for me. And you guys get to see content about the laptop before you buy it, so that's a benefit too. So another issue is the battery issue that I was talking about, where it wouldn't charge for some reason. I couldn't figure out why it just wouldn't charge, and you had to do like a battery reset. It hasn't happened since. The system has been very stable since that issue, and I really haven't had a problem with it. Battery always stays charged, which is nice when it's in sleep mode. I had it sitting next to my bed for a number of days, and I opened it up and it was still at 100% even after it had been unplugged for several days, because it just behaves so well in sleep mode, and you don't see that sometimes. Props to both AMD and Lenovo for nailing sleep mode in this laptop. One thing I think I should mention is that this pen holder here, it has kind of like a dual function. I ran into this the other day. Basically, I had the laptop in my hands and I was setting it down, and I kind of like half dropped it. And it caught on the stylus part, and you can see it flexes. If you push hard enough on it, I'll just show you this. You push hard enough, it just pops off. And what's nice about this is it protects your USB port, because again, these are in USB ports, and these are essential. It protects the USB port from damage if you do that. And actually, to put it back on is fairly simple. You just you clip onto these hooks on the top and just kind of cram it on, and it's all back together now. So I don't know what just fell, but yep, so now it's all good to go. You can just slot it back in, and you're back to having your lovely pen holder. So yeah, that's a nice thing I found. Not a lot of people talk about that. I thought it was worth noting. Your USB ports will be fine if it catches on a bag or something. It's not going to rip your laptop apart, which is awesome. I love designs like that, because it's just like, this part will fail on purpose to protect everything else. That's good design. Well, it doesn't fail, it just you know, comes out because it's rubber. But regarding hinges, I did complain about hinges in my early findings video. I wasn't sure how I felt about them at the time because it did seem like they were a little kind of sketch, but after doing some further research and just testing of the machine in general, I do think the hinges probably are only going to last a year if you use this machine constantly. And I can just show you why I think that. I'll turn the lights off in the room and it'll be fairly easy to see. I know some of you guys were curious about backlight bleeding on this laptop. You can see here, this is what the camera sees, and it's a very faint glow on the camera, and this is actually how it appears to me, except a little brighter. I can honestly not really tell in person. I mean, you can see the glow, and if I get closer to it, I can kind of tell, but it's not like yellow. It's like you just got kind of weird border edging, like coloring. But one thing that has me concerned, I mean, if you look down, this is the corner of the screen here. Okay, so you see that corner there? This little glowy corner. If I push on the screen, you can see it'll get brighter. I'm pushing near the top, and I'll zoom out so you can see it. So here's the screen, and I'll push on the top, and you can see the whole screen kind of lights up. And the corners especially get really bright, and I'll hold the palm rest and you can see it like looks like you're like pinching the screen there, and you can see it just really the whole panel is like flexing, which is not good for it. You don't want your panel to flex in a laptop. And even this corner, I'll push from the top here. You can see it does change color a little bit. So this tells me that the panel is not very well supported inside of this laptop, which is unfortunate, and I really wish that it was better supported. But so the fact that the panel is flexing when I'm moving the lid, I don't like that. It's not good for longevity. The panel could degrade over time because it's being constantly like twisted and bent when you're moving the lid, and it's not like the lid's the most stable thing ever made. Like, and you can hear things kind of like pop or shift inside, and it's not great. So if you're looking for something with like a lot of longevity, this is probably not your best bet, as it's not quite designed for that kind of purpose. If you're looking just for something powerful that you need to go through the year or maybe 2 years, I mean, I can't really tell you how long it'll last. I can tell you that it's a bad design, but I mean, this is pretty okay. I haven't actually tested the IdeaPad 514, so I can't tell you if it has a better hinge design, but also I haven't heard people complain about it. But then again, I'm pretty much the only person on YouTube who complains about this kind of thing, let alone looks into it for you guys. So just let me know if you think that it's a problem, because I think it's a problem. We can have a discussion about that in the comments. Also, join the Discord, because I'm about to hit 1K, and everyone that joins after 1K doesn't get the cool rolls. So be sure to join the Discord and then subscribe. There's no real other issues for me. I think the Wi-Fi card probably should be Intel. I think Lenovo needs to stop offering Realtek Wi-Fi in their laptops and just start going purely to Intel, just because their Wi-Fi is so much better in almost every way. It's hard to beat Intel's Wi-Fi. Other than that, I mean, I've come to kind of like the material on this palm rest. It's actually kind of nice for holding it. Like, if I want to lift it up and hold it like this, it doesn't slip out of my hands. The whole build, I mean, if I press down right in the middle here, you can see there is deck flex, but you can see there's flex, but that's greatly exaggerated by literally everyone who tests it, because like if I just hit H here or G, do you see like the deck's barely moving? It's not going to affect your typing, so don't worry about it. The speakers, still love them. I think they're great. I think they're super good for the price. Yeah, I would have loved to test more games, benchmark more things in the system for you guys, but unfortunately I just ran out of time. I've been very busy trying to, save up for my last semester or so of college here before I move on to a 4-year. So that's been keeping my time. I'd, love to do this more, but I literally just can't at the moment. It's just not practical. Like, somewhat of a technical look, you get some benchmarks, some performance evaluation, my thoughts. That's all I can really do right now, and I'm sorry that I didn't cover more stuff because I really would have loved to. It just didn't end up happening. I promised things I couldn't really, you know, do. I will tell you though that, you know, Fortnite and AAA titles, well, Fortnite for whatever reason doesn't run super well in this system. I have talked to people who own the 4700U variant of this, and games like GTA 5 and Fortnite run much better on it. You're still having to be on like the lowest settings possible, but they will at least run, you know, at around 60 FPS at all times. So again, I've said this in the comments a few times, but if you're looking to game with this laptop, definitely invest in the 4700U. Yeah, so if you're willing to accept the potential of failing hinges, laggy video playback at times just due to like buggy drivers at the moment, or something. I haven't narrowed down the exact cause, and I'll be emailing AMD's technical folks about this and see if I can figure anything out on how to fix this later on. The plan is to look at the HP Envy 13-inch or the Inspiron 7405 next. Let me know in the comments if you'd rather see the Dell Inspiron or the HP Envy 13, because my employer has actually already covered the Envy 13. So if you want to see how well that performs and a number of other things, check out, I'll have a link in the description to that article, and just the fact that that review exists plus another one on YouTube. I kind of want to do the Inspiron first. So if you really want to see my opinions on the HP, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I will be taking a look at the Dell Inspiron 7405 2-in-1, just simply because I think it might be a very interesting option, especially since it's a 14-inch machine. I've also come to learn of another model. It's the HP ProBook 435 G7 X360 model. So it's like the 13-inch. It's like the 13-inch Envy, but it's a ProBook. So it has like, yeah, it has socketed memory, and that's the main reason why I'm interested in it, because I know a lot of you guys are interested in machines with socketed memory. So something to consider, at least if you want to see more about very like cool budget hardware. That would be, just let me know in the comments. I might even put a poll somewhere, I don't know yet. Just look for a poll. If you don't see one, then let me know in the comments what you think. So yeah, that's all for the Flex 5 here. If you enjoyed my content, please make sure you're subscribed. Again, I got to get to 1K for monetization, and that will help support a lot more content in the future. So if you liked it, be sure to sub, be sure to like, comment, etc. Join the Discord if you're interested in participating in the community. You can always donate to the Patreon or use the links in the description to support the channel financially and directly. Otherwise, that's it for today, and I hope this video was helpful.